You know what's terrifying? Most people don't treat you badly because they hate you. They treat you badly because they realize they can. Maybe you've noticed this before. Someone interrupts you, talks down to you, dismisses what you say like it doesn't matter. And somehow it keeps happening again and again. So you start wondering, why do some people get respect instantly while others keep getting ignored? Here's the uncomfortable truth. People rarely go further than the limits you allow. And if you never clearly set that limit, they will keep testing how far they can go. Today, I'm going to show you 5 subtle signals that make people either respect you instantly or slowly start to disrespect you. The first signal that makes people start to take you less seriously is when you constantly ignore small moments of disrespect. Imagine a very familiar situation. You're speaking in a group, you're explaining an idea, and suddenly someone cuts you off. They start talking about something else. No one goes back to ask what you were saying. You smile a little, you say, "It's okay," and then you stay quiet. It seems very small, but this is exactly when the signal starts being sent. The mistake many people make is thinking that ignoring small things like this is maturity. That it means you're easygoing, that you don't want to make a big deal. But human psychology works differently. When a disrespectful behavior receives no response, their brain records something very simple. This person accepts it, and next time they'll push it a little further. The correct way to handle it is very simple. When someone interrupts you, calmly say, "Hold on, I wasn't finished." No anger, no argument, just calmly asserting your presence. Because respect rarely disappears in one dramatic moment, it disappears every time you stay silent when you should have spoken. The second signal that makes people start to lose respect for you is when you're always too available for everyone. You've probably experienced something like this. Someone texts you at the last minute, "Hey, are you free? Let's meet for a bit." Or your boss calls, "Can you stay late today?" Or a friend says, "Can you spare a little time? It's urgent." And almost every time, your answer is, "Yeah, sure." The problem isn't helping people. Helping others is a good thing. But when you're always available immediately, you accidentally send a very dangerous signal. Your time has no value. Human psychology is very simple. We judge the value of something based on how rare it is. If you're always available anytime, your presence becomes ordinary. The solution isn't becoming cold. Just start saying simple things like, "I can't today. Let me check my schedule." You don't need to give long explanations, because people who truly respect you will understand. And the people who are only used to using you will start getting uncomfortable. And that's when you find out who they really are. The third signal is far more dangerous when you try to please everyone. You know this type of person. Maybe you've been this person before. You always agree, always smile, always say whatever works for you. In arguments, you quickly give in. In group decisions, you say anything is fine. At first glance, this makes you seem easy to get along with. But here's the problem. When you never express your opinion, people start to feel that your opinion doesn't matter because you never defend it. Psychology calls this a value signaling effect. People judge your value by what you stand for. If you don't stand for anything, they assume you have nothing to stand on. The solution is very simple. Start saying simple things like, "I actually disagree, I see it differently." You don't need to argue to win. You just need to show that you have a position. Because respected people are not the ones who are always right. They are the ones who are not afraid to say what they think. The fourth signal is something most people never even notice. It happens when you laugh off insulting comments. You've probably heard things like, "Relax, I was just joking. Why are you so sensitive? Come on. Don't take it seriously." These lines usually come with a small insult, a joke about your appearance, a comment about your ability, a remark that makes you uncomfortable, but is packaged as humor. This is where it gets dangerous, because if you laugh along, that person learns they can say things like this without consequences. Next time, they'll push a little further, and slowly respect disappears completely. The most effective response is actually very simple. Don't laugh. Just look at them and say, "What do you mean by that?" This question forces them to explain their joke, and most insulting jokes can't be explained without becoming awkward. Sometimes the right silence is stronger than any argument. Finally, there's a truth that many people take years to realize. Respect doesn't come from trying to prove your value. It comes from how you protect it. When you start setting boundaries, when you start saying no, when you stop trying to please everyone, something strange starts to happen. Some people will leave, but the ones who stay will start to see you differently because they realize you're no longer someone who can be easily pushed aside. And in this world, sometimes strength isn't about speaking louder. It's about knowing exactly when you should no longer stay silent. So here's the truth. Most people don't lose respect because they lack talent, intelligence, or value. They lose respect because they keep sending one silent signal that their boundaries don't matter. And once people notice that signal, they start pushing a little further every time. But here's the part most people never realize. This isn't bad news. Because the moment you start respecting your own limits, the way people treat you begins to change. Not because you became louder, but because you stopped allowing things that should have never been allowed in the first place. So the next time someone interrupts you, dismisses you, or crosses a line, pause for a second and remember this. You don't need to fight. You just need to stop pretending it's okay. Set one clear boundary today, just one, and watch how differently people start to respond to you. If this video helped you, subscribe for more videos like this.